See time inside every rupee, what's gone, what repeats, what's about to lock in. You've labeled your month with EDL, you've tagged each line asset-ish or liability-ish, and you've translated money into life using your EPH. Now we add the lens that quietly changes everything, time. Most expense mistakes aren't price mistakes, they're time mistakes. We pay hours of our life for things that fade in minutes, and we underfund the boring choices that protect or compound for months and years. In this module you'll mark each spend as past, present, or future, and then note how long its benefit actually lasts, days, weeks, months, or years. When you overlay those two signals on your page, your shooting stars and tree roots reveal themselves without drama. Start by opening your workbook to the same EDL list you built in the last two modules. From that list, choose 10 expenses to study, ideally the recurring ones and the big decisions. Pick rent or ME, groceries, utilities, fuel or commute, delivery or eating out, subscriptions, a recent gadget or fashion buy, a service like cook or maid, a health-related spend, and any education or course. If something large happened this month, festival shopping, minor home repair, a short trip, include it. You are building a representative sample of your real life, not an ideal month. Next to each chosen line, write one word, past, present, or future. Past means the money has already gone and will not repeat by default, a one-time repair, a festival outfit, a short trip, a surprise gift. Past is a sunk cost, we can't change it, but we can learn from it. Present means it's an active, repeating line, monthly rent or ME, broadband, groceries, delivery habit, commute costs, subscriptions, small but steady categories that quietly define your month. Present is where design wins because small changes compound immediately. Future means a commitment you're about to make, a one that will switch on soon, a pending ME you've almost signed, a subscription trial about to roll into billing, an upgrade you're planning, school fees about to rise, or even an annual premium due next quarter. Future is where a single decision can prevent 6 months of regret. Now give each line its hours cost using your EPH. If your EPH is 500 rupees and the line is 2500 rupees, that's 5 hours of your life. If the cook costs 2000 rupees, that's 4 hours. If the family OTT stack is 850 rupees, that's 1.7 hours. If the dinner out was 1800 rupees, that's 3.6 hours. If the phone ME is 3000 rupees, that's 6 hours every month until it ends. Don't chase exact decimals, round to the nearest half hour. The point is to feel it in your bones when you read it later on a tired Wednesday. Now the key question, how long does the benefit of that spend actually last? That's impact duration. Some spends are shooting stars, bright, enjoyable, gone in a day. Some are tree roots, quiet, not flashy, but they hold the ground for months or years. Write one of 4 words next to each line, days, weeks, months, or years. A cafe bill that bought an hour of focused work might be days if the project moved. A mindless cafe run is hours in disguise, which still counts as days. Groceries that become healthy meals feel like weeks. A good mattress, an ergonomic chair, therapy sessions that change behavior, a finished course you implement, those are months. Proper health insurance, term cover, preventive maintenance that prevents bigger costs, a skill that raises your value per hour, those are years. Be honest. A premium gym you don't use is not months, it's a day's feeling with a month's price tag. A maid who saves 8 evenings a month is months of calmer home life for a few hours of EPH. Let's make this breathe with a simple Indian week. Your rent or ME is present in months, sometimes years. It anchors stability, but ask whether it's a tree root or a golden pot with chains. Does it shorten commute and reduce friction, or does it compress your freedom and raise your stress score? Groceries are present in weeks when you actually cook. If half the cart dies in the fridge, the impact duration collapses to days and your EDLAL tags should already be shouting. Delivery creep is present in usually days. The occasional planned treat can be a happy day's spend, but a weekday default will burn hours with little return. Subscriptions are present and either weeks or nothing. One platform you use with family every Sunday can be a small lifestyle asset. 3 platforms you barely open are star bright liabilities. A cook is present in months when used. It converts hours into presence and peace. A phone Emmy is present in months by contract, but whether it's a tree root or a shooting star depends on your work. Creator who earns from the camera, root. Spec chaser who scrolls, star. A health insurance premium is present and years even if you never claim. It's the classic defensive route. A finished 3000 rupees course that saved 30 minutes a day for 12 weeks is 6 EPH hours that buy back 36 hours, months of structured gain for one afternoon's price. As you write these 2 tags, PPF and impact duration, pay attention to friction between your labels and your values. If freedom is one of your top 3 and you see multiple present items with months duration that you don't actually value, you've found fixed cost creep that quietly steals options. If family is central and you see weekly delivery with days impact crowding out the cook with months impact, you've got a design flaw pretending to be convenience. If security matters and you see future commitments that would raise your monthly flow without adding real protection or capability, that's a warning flare to pause, renegotiate, or decline. Now look at the page from across the room. Shooting stars jump out as present or future lines with short impact, days or, at best, a handful of weeks, costing many hours of your life. Tree roots appear as present lines with months or years impact that defend your values, reduce future risk, or increase output in a compounding way. Add one quick visual cue. Draw a small star icon next to 2 or 3 short impact, high hour items you want to cut or redesign. Draw a small leaf next to 2 or 3 long impact, reasonable hour items you want to protect and fund. You will use these marks in Module 2.9 when you commit to a 30-day plan. The marks are not moral judgments, they are design instructions. If you are a numbers person and want a simple ratio, try value density in your head, hours paid divided by duration. The dinner that cost 3.6 hours with a day's duration has a high density, you will feel poorer tomorrow. The cook that cost 4 hours and bought back 8 hours every month for months has a low density, you will feel richer immediately. You don't need to write the ratio, your brain already sees it. Capture your learnings in words so you'll trust them later. Under the table, write 2 or 3 sentences in plain language. You might write, weekday delivery is 3 to 5 hours of my life each month for a day's benefit, I'm redesigning dinners, or, my subscription stack is 2 hours a month for near zero impact, I'll prune to one family platform, or, cook is 4 hours that buys me 8 evenings a month, non-negotiable, or, phone Emmy is 6 hours a month for months, but not a route for my work, I'll ride my current device longer next cycle, or, health cover looks boring but it's years of protection, I will defend it before any upgrade, there's a reason we do this before the debt module. Debt is the ultimate future-present hybrid, obligations you brought forward that now dominate the month. When you tag debt by duration honestly, credit card interest becomes a day's impact spend that repeats monthly until you kill it, a shooting star with a tail you can't afford. An avalanche or snowball decision becomes easier when you feel the hours you donate to interest for no return. In the next module you will map every loan and card with a clear snapshot so your 30-day plan can route freed hours toward the right target. If you share money with a partner, compare your past, present, future and duration labels without sarcasm. This is where many couples finally stop arguing in circles. Ask, does this line behave like a star or a route for us, and does its impact match our canvas? If both answers are no, it's a candidate for a friendly exit. If both are yes, it earns protection in your plan. Before we close, choose one shooting star to redesign this week and one tree route to protect. Redesign might mean a simple weekday rule, a 24-hour pause above a set hours threshold, or cancelling an auto-renewal. Protection might mean pre-funding an annual premium, scheduling batch cooking, or calendar blocking the course completion hour. Tiny moves at the design layer create large gains at the stress layer. Write one final line at the bottom of your page, for the next 30 days, I will buy fewer stars and feed my roots. It's not a slogan, it's an operating rule. Tomorrow, when we build your debt snapshot and then your 30-day management plan, these marks, stars to cut, leaves to protect, will turn into rupee decisions you can follow on your worst week, not just your best one. Take a breath, look at the hours you're saving and the months and years you're funding, and notice how different your month already feels. That feeling is the point.